I think the most frustrating thing for me is that all of this training business, man, it's just the way I think about it is as though the goalposts are moving. That's how I view it after all these years of training. What I mean by that is this idea that, you know, you might be feeling really well right now. You know, you feel poppy, you feel like you're onto something, everything's feeling great. You know, you have this feeling like, okay, if I could just continue doing the exact same thing, I'm going to have infinite gains and I'll be really well. I've found the right recipe. And then it seems like after 1, 2, or 3 weeks, that feeling starts to fizzle out. And you kind of feel it in the process that, oh, okay, so it's not feeling like it was before. And then eventually you get to a point where you essentially hit a plateau, right? You hit this period where the body is acclimatized, or another way to look at it is the body has addressed whatever it needed to be addressed. The way I process all of that is that there are many systems in the body. There are many different angles. There are many different biomechanical requirements for force to be exerted upon this object which we are concerning ourselves with. And there's always a rate limiting step. There's always something that's holding back the system. And the nervous system, the brain, it has a really good way of, you know, acclimatizing itself to the weakest cog in the system. And so it doesn't let the really strong parts of the system to exert any more force that the rate limiting step, the rate limiting cog can take. But it doesn't tell us where that system is. It doesn't tell us where that particular part is. And so we continue to bang our head against the wall. We continue to bench press. We continue to squat. We continue to deadlift in the same movement patterns, in the same variations, but we don't go anywhere. I guess the real essence of all of this is the ability to work out what you need at what time. This might be feeling really well right now, but in 3 weeks' time, whatever this thing is doing would have addressed whatever it needs to address, and then you need to jump on to the next concerning cog, the next concerning limiting step. And if you play your cards right, and you hop on, hop off, hop on, hop off, hop on to all the systems that need to be addressed at that specific time, you have infinite progress. Eventually, the progress will stall because the whole system as a whole becomes the rate limiting step. You know, you might have one cog in the system that's the rate limiting step. When you get to advanced level, there's like 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. You just reach the biomechanical, the biological, you know, ceiling of what the body is capable of doing. So, you know, when I first started this whole Squat Everyday journey, man, like I was sold on just doing the greatest move, the greatest movement at all time. Just do this thing over and over again and you will see progress. That was the assumption, that was the hypothesis, that was the hope. I really hoped that was the case. I don't do this because, you know, this, that, the other. Like I do it because I really want to optimize the system for me. Now, there are many different ways of going about, you know, different ways to train. I've always found that if I can, you know, through minimalism. Now, when I say minimalism, I'm not talking about one set of a triple and go home. I just really wanted to hone in on what I could do in the essence of the Pavel Tsatsouline, of the Matt Perriman, of the Bulgarians, in the essence of that, just focus it every single day, like I focused on free throw shooting back in the day. I really, that was the spark, man. I found basketball within the barbell. Coming out here shooting my free throws. Can I get good at this arbitrary sport, which I never cared about before? Can I apply the free throw mentality to this? And I initially really sparked this idea in me. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. But it doesn't quite work like that because there are many different moving targets, moving goals, which you have to adjust and get ready for. It's almost like the ring goes from like 3 meters to 1 meter to 10 meters. That's what it feels like. It's like playing basketball in a ring that's freaking moving, man. How crazy is that? Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.